Hey. Okay, so day 1 of trying to fix the sticky out. It's actually day 2. But the first video was epic fail. So I tried to fix the sticky out in a location where it was mainly a problem, which is out in the environment, and it failed miserably. So, as with anything in training, reassess what's going on. If something hasn't worked, try something else. So we tried to work with the puller rings out in the environment. Elsa was already quite aroused, so potentially it was an error of mine to try and do it in massive high arousal in any case. We make mistakes, we're human. So I took 2 puller rings out with me. I took 2 puller rings out with me. I now only have 1 puller ring because she managed to snap the other puller ring. More on the way. And I tried to do the sequence of exchange. So presenting, allowing her to take, letting her rag slightly, presenting the other one, and in the hope that she would release and be drawn to that movement and regrip the alternative one. That's not what happened. And in fact, she became very, very possessive of the puller ring that she did have in her mouth and very confrontational. And I had to wait quite a long time for her to actually willingly release. And that didn't work. It just didn't work. It didn't work for her. So my new plan is to try and work in an environment where she already understands out far more, where there's less of an association with high arousal, but work with a toy that typically is associated with arousal. So, yeah, so I'm just going to start working on that. I'm going to try playing with her, allowing her to have it. I predict that she might be a little bit reluctant to play in the house because, as I said, typically we don't. We would play searching games, trick training, etc. in the house rather than high arousal because I prefer it to be an environment that is paired with calm. Okay, so I'm going to just have 1 puller ring, partly because she broke the other one, and partly because I want to be able to follow the sequence of allowing her to play with it. When I want her to let it go, I want to be able to hold it close to my body so that there's less movement there, and she's less able to get reinforcement from the act of tugging. The prey item is dead. Okay, so let's give that a whirl. And the other dogs might start to get really excited by this as the arousal raises. So you'll probably hear the Dachshund starting to whine, which I will be ignoring. Sit. Good. Okay. Good. Okay. Good. Out. Good girl. Okay. Good girl, yes. Out, yes. Out, yes. Out, yes. Out, yes. Out. Sit. Pretty. Yes. Henry, it's not your turn. Okay. Out. Good. Okay. Out. Yes. Out. Yes. Out. Good. Okay. No, Henry. Good girl. Okay. Out. Yes. Out. Good girl. Wait. Yeah, so I think this might be our most successful way forward for us to work in an environment that is generally calm with an item that is generally very arousing. By doing this consistently and for a long period of time, we may then be able to start slowly introducing it out into the environment where she is typically more aroused in the first instance. So I'm really hoping that that works. Okay. Good. Out. Yes. Out. Yes. Out. Yes. Out. Yes. Out. Yes. Out. Out. Yes. Good. Out. Good. But I think it will be a very different thing when we start to come to do it out in the environment where she's typically more aroused. However, doing this will certainly be beneficial and put me in a better position for when we are out in the environment and that previous association of not letting go is there. So yeah, it's just part of the process. And, you know, you can... I really believe anything in life can be fixed, mostly. So that's what we're doing now. She's quite panty, potentially because it's quite stressful to her maybe as well, the concept of we're doing a contextual... Are you okay? Yeah, there's a contextual change there in how we typically play with the pullering. Good girl. You okay? Sit. And also maybe she's wondering whether we're going to go out and play it. But I will be stopping. I won't be taking this item out with us. Or potentially what I could do is when I get the other puller ring delivered, we can just play exchange with Chase out in the environment. So we will only be playing Chase out in the environment with the pullers. We'll be playing with the pullers in the house and the garden. Tug with the pullers in the house and the garden, and our new play item for out on a walk will probably just be a ball on a rope. Okay, so yeah, that's our plan for the next couple of weeks. Okay, have a good day.